cannot lah.
Good evening, I'm Chani Wim. Welcome to Singapore Connect at 6. Let's get straight to our top story. 2 Singaporeans have been charged in a district court under the Kidnapping Act. They allegedly abducted and held 79-year-old Madam Ng Lye Poh for ransom on Wednesday. The victim is the mother of Sheng Siong Supermarket's chief executive, Mr. Lim Hock Chee. Kimberly Spikerman is here to fill us in on the court proceedings, and Lim Hock Chee, he's also here. He went to Madam Ng's neighbourhood this morning to speak to residents there. So Kim, let's start with you. The 2 men arrived in court at about 10 a.m. this morning. Tell us more about them again.
Well, when the 2 men arrived, they were in a police van, and the van was completely thronged by media who were trying to get shots of them. And the 2 men who were charged are Heng Chen Boon, he's a 50-year-old credit card salesman, and a 41-year-old Lee Yong, who is an odd job worker. Now, in court, in the hearing, which was very short, the 2 men were very expressionless as they stood in the holding area for the accused persons. And we're still not sure how they know each other or the relationship between the two.
Okay, so I hear that Lee is accused of being the mastermind.
Well, that's right. He is accused of abducting Madam Ng on the 8th of January between 10:30 a.m. and 1 p.m. with the intent to hold her for ransom, whereas Heng is accused of abetting Lee by confining her in a vehicle on the same day.
All right, Waikil, let's get to you. Madam Ng Lye Poh followed the same routine over the past 10 years. So you went down to Hougang today. What did you find out and what did people have to say?
Well, at first I thought I was going to be in for a wild goose chase because after all, the only clues we had were an address, an area, and some clues of her daily activities. So we know that she likes to go shopping in the markets in the morning before having breakfast. That's right. And the area has got quite a few coffee shops, so I thought the smart thing to do was to zoom in on the markets. Now there are about 2 markets in the area, and guess what? I had to go to the wrong one. I had to go to the market where she doesn't frequent so much. Having said that, the residents in the area were able to point me in the right direction. Some even told me the exact coffee shop which she would have her breakfast. So very evidently, Madam Ng is a very familiar face in the vicinity. So when I got to the coffee shop, I spoke to some of the people who were eating there and shop owners. They tell me the same thing. They say she's a very humorous person, very lively and very likable. And they were also very happy that she's gotten out of this ordeal very safe.
And you managed to speak to someone who knew her for 25 years.
That's right.
Let's have a listen.
I know her about at least 25 years. She's very kind, and always she would like to help those older people and poor people. And 1 week, at least 3 days per week, she will come here just to pass the time with all over this resident here. I'll tell her that next time, please don't come alone. If you need anything, just give us a call. We'll send you to your house. We like her so much.
All right, so she's a very well-liked person, and I understand you also went to Madam Ng's home. Did you manage to speak to her?
Yes, I was at her home, outside her home slightly after 9 a.m. Of course, I was not the only reporter there. There were other reporters. There were also some photographers. Madam Ng did not step out of her home, so unfortunately we didn't get to speak to her. But we did get to speak to Mr. Lim Hock Chee. He's of course the son of Madam Ng and also the CEO of Sheng Siong. Now, he was on his way out to work, but he didn't come out empty-handed. He brought along a can of drinks for the reporters and cameramen who were outside. So he came across as a very warm, hospitable and very friendly person. Unfortunately, he had to politely decline our request to speak to Madam Ng, but he did update update us on the condition. He said he slept well the night before because he was very tired from the ordeal. She was still in good health, and he was very thankful for the well wishes and concern that he's received from our friends and members of the public.
All right, so let's hear from Mr. Lim himself.
今天早上没有说什么了，他很健康了，在看电视机了，那么我们尽量不要给他回忆了，不要给他回忆那种情形，这样比较好，给他安静的生活了。
All right, so back to the serious stuff, Kim. What's going to happen to the 2 and if they're convicted?
Well, firstly, the 2 men, they're going to be remanded at the police cantonment complex for another week, and they'll be back in court next week. Now, if they're convicted under the Kidnapping Act, they face the death penalty or jail for life with caning. So pretty, serious conviction there.
All right, thank you very much, Kim and Waikit. And Kim, I'll get back to you later about some other court cases mentioned in the court today. Thank you very much, Waikit. But for now, a